such a linear argument against Australia. For 99 years, we have had an allied relationship with Australia. They have fought in every American war since World War I alongside Americans. We currently, right now, have troops and Marines based in Durban, Australia. Why start an argument in this way with one of America's closest and most valued allies? And I understand that everyone keeps coming to the table saying, this is how it's done in business, this is how it's done in business, but there is still the questions of how do we treat our allies, because this is not a business deal.
Diplomacy is different.
And diplomacy is an entirely different thing. And for me, the idea that we could have soldiers over in Australia right now serving alongside other Australian soldiers, and then we are putting out basically the statement that Australia can, get out of here.
So, if it's true.
So, Guy,
the Australian
Guy, that's
Prime
where
Minister,
you started. Because you said, you've heard the reports, you'll have to see actually the transcripts if we get to see the readouts of those phone calls or nearabouts that. That would be interesting. But what if this redesigns the way that we do it? What if it becomes more, and I wrote this down, the deal talk method rather than the old diplomacy method?
No, I can understand why, to a lot of Americans, the notion of a new approach is refreshing and needed. But there are certain norms of diplomacy that ought to be abided by. And when you have your first conversation with the elected leader of a dear ally, as Megan just referred to, the Aussies have been with us every step of the way for decades, to go about that phone call the way he allegedly did, reportedly did, does raise some concerns. And the thing that also is odd to me, apparently he was bragging again about his inaugural crowd size and about his electoral college victory. I don't understand why that would need to come up in a conversation with a world leader unless there's an insecurity that that leader doesn't view him as legitimate.
More talk of size.
But he's the president.
I keep going